he's posted some more things on Instagram, and he seems to be unhappy with the fact that the Raiders sent someone from the local Las Vegas crisis response team to his home. But I think that is the legitimate reaction to what we saw the other day. Let's make sure Chandler Jones is okay, because he's acting in a way that gives the reasonable person concern that, are you okay? And in an age, we talked about this just yesterday, in an age where we are so sensitive to the mental health of everyone, after everything the world's been through the past few years, there's nothing wrong with the Raiders reacting the way they did. That is the safe and prudent course. What if they hadn't done that and he really had needed some sort of intervention?
And there's history a little.
I've got no problem with that. There was an incident back in 2016 in New England, a bizarre incident, and there was, I believe the report was, there was some sort of synthetic marijuana involved. We were looking that up yesterday to just kind of figure out, because it wasn't the first time there was something unusual, but we're concerned about the guy's well-being, and the team is concerned about his well-being. There's nothing wrong with that. There's some other stuff that he posted on social media that suggests that they've basically been freezing him out for a few weeks now. And, I've kind of heard this idea that he's just not coming to terms well with the fact that he's a supporting player now, that it's Max Crosby and they hope Tyree Wilson, and he's kind of a second-tier guy on his team. And that's a rude awakening for a guy who's always been the guy.
Sure. How much are they freezing him out? That's where I don't understand. One here, the first thing I want to say is his tweets and some of the things he said that he deleted, right, would make you think that you're not mentally in the best space. So,
and then we're just making sure you're okay.
And they're just exactly right. So just connecting the dots there, that's maybe was worth sending the crisis team there. There is a history, we know that. And again, I don't have a lot of inside info here or feel for this situation, and this is a delicate one for sure. It's just that, like I was saying, where is he frozen? He's still the starting defense end for the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, we know if Tyree Wilson continues to get healthy here and produces, okay, maybe he won't be the starter, maybe he doesn't play as much, but he's still getting paid a lot of money. The Raiders are paying him a lot of money. I think the Raiders paid him probably more than maybe he was actually worth to kind of jumpstart their culture, because they knew what he was about a little bit. So, I'm a big fan of Chandler Jones. He's a great guy, but this one is a little confusing to me here, and I just don't know really what to make of the whole situation.
He also posted a text exchange supposedly with Josh McDaniels from August the 18th, a couple of weeks ago. Josh, I didn't want to come off as rude, disrespectful, or above you. I know my place. I just honestly felt those ways and thought it was okay to let you know. That is all. It's always love, brother. What McDaniels, and if this is accurate, if this is McDaniels responding, a lot to work through. We'll let you know the timeline. Please be available if Dave Ziegler, the GM, or I, or anyone else from the organization reaches out. So that created the impression he wasn't even with the team. And then under that, he posted, if you send another one over here in reference to the person from the crisis response team, I'm going to start sharing videos live from my other phone. I'll be nice, Josh. I wanted to play Sunday. If you let me play, I won't share anything else. So, again, it points to this idea that, like, what are they...
Were they trying to trade him? Was he on the block? That's what it kind of seems like.
Hey, what did they do with Derek Carr last year?
Yeah, right.
When they knew they were done with Derek Carr, they put him on ice. And it very well could be they're trying to trade Chandler Jones, and we're going to keep him in bubble wrap. We're going to keep him away from the team. We're going to keep him away from any potential injuries while we try to find someone who would take on the balance of Chandler Jones' contract. That may be the simplest explanation for it. And when they did what they did to Derek Carr, the message to every other player is, you're not off limits from the same kind of business decision. And that's what they did last year. Business decision late in the year. Hey, we owe Derek Carr $40 million that becomes fully guaranteed in February. If he can't pass a physical by then, we owe him that money. All we can do is get him off the field while he's still healthy, so we can cut him after the season. It's exactly why they did it.
Right.
Exactly why they did it.
Right.
And maybe that's the answer. They want to trade him, so they're keeping him healthy so they can see how it goes. And I've already seen, I can't remember who it was, the reporter that threw this out there, but the Raiders are already being pegged by other teams as a team that will be doing a fire sale before the trade deadline. And why wouldn't they be? We don't expect them to contend this year. I know that this is the time where everybody is
I hear you.
glass half full optimistic.
Right.
We don't expect the Raiders to contend this
No,
year. Not in that division, not in that conference.
They would not be on, the hierarchy of the AFC or the AFC West, like you're saying. I do think they're a team that, you've heard me say, I think a little over the last week or two, that I think they could surprise people, right? But yeah, I think when you look at it and really evaluate it, you go, yeah, there's some things to like about their roster, but I still don't think it's where they want it to be, across the board. They're in this for the long play, like we've talked about from the beginning. It's the New England regime. They're not looking to throw a bunch of millions of dollars at a guy just to make it work for 1 year. They want something sustainable. I know Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they want to build something New Englandy. That is, hey, we're here for 10, 15 years, and, we got a formula that we adhere to, and that's how we make it work. This situation, I was like, if they were out of it, I certainly wouldn't be shocked to see Chandler Jones on the trade block, or if they felt like, okay, we're definitely not contending here, we're getting close to the trade deadline, let's make a move. But, yeah, we'll see where this goes right now. It's certainly a little bit of an issue.
Came up with a new leader house.
Yeah.
The trade line.
The trade line.
I like the trade line.
Yeah.
I like the trade
You're
line.
right.
A Simmsism that actually, it just makes everything more
Well,
efficient.
we don't need to say trade deadline. There's a
just the trade
trade
line.
and there's a
It's called
freaking
the trade
line.
line.
We know it now. Right.
And the Raiders are in the leader house to be the sellers at the trade line.
Yes, I like that.
All right.
Look how it's cut all those words out.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.